This guy? Well, if you don't, this is the same mediocre white walnut who accused me of queer baiting and then got dragged by the internet because number one, it wasn't queer baiting, and number two, he compared it to blackface. Yeah, they're now in Cabbage Cringe comment section making these claims. A while back, I was told he was bragging about getting with his youngest yet. And that in a nutshell is what that entire cabbage code is about. A while back, someone said something to them about me and they just believed it. They didn't actually need the proof or the evidence. It was something said to them and they just ran with it. Do I really need to say anything else? No, but I'm definitely gonna. Does anybody remember this? Well, they done did it again. They done permanently banned my superior blackness. She just gets to direct people to my page while saying I'm stalking her. And they got my fucking page banned. Clearly they want me off TikTok, and you know what? I try not to figure out someone else's crazy, right? Because it's not going to make their life any better. It's not going to make their content any more relevant, and it's not going to work. You want to see what I mean? Yeah, that moves off the board now, so I wonder what they're going to do now that they gave my superior blackness a safeguard and a human moderator. When you toss dirt, you lose ground, but my philosophy and ideology developed deep in the streets of North Philly. Well,
and the way that men are responding to this, because I see very few non-cis men having Eric's back in this. And I think it's because non-cis men are used to harassment and they know what it looks like when a man feels rejected in a sense. And if one thing the men on the left are really good about doing is relating to rejection as if it is a crime against them, you know? Like, this is like another thing where I'm like, this is revenge porn vibes. Like a bunch of dudes teaming up to like, oh, I'm gonna destroy her. I literally just want to be left alone. If you don't think I do, leave me alone, see what happens. I have definitely never wanted anything from a man, maybe their money. Definitely not one who looks like his whole life is festivals and has like bowling alley energy. And the way that men are responding to this, because I see very
So you admit that you're just watching on the sidelines while projecting an action onto other people? Yeah, that seems about white. But let me ask you this. Why would I care about that half-dead white man or any white person? Why would I care about white people when the fucking sun hates you? Like, you think I'm going to love something the sun hates? Nah, I'm good. The problem with white folk like you is you think marginalized groups have to pay attention to what your measure of productive and what your measure of progress is. And to be honest with you, if I ever had a white person talk to me like this in person, I would slap the dog shit out of them. That's why y'all don't talk to me face to face, because you know you can't get away with half the shit you say online. So if you're done writing me a fucking college thesis based mainly on how you feel, you can move the fuck along, okay, white guy? And just remember, the sun hates you.
Oh, I'm sorry. You think I'm not gonna? You said a lot in that video, which I already sent to my lawyer, so hee. The funniest thing about this is that I literally told you I was baiting you and you're too fucking stupid to not take the bait. And like, you want to talk about us looking at your profile? I was sent your video by one of my friends because they were like, hey, by the way, this random ugly dude is talking shit about you. And by the way, I don't call the cops. I call my lawyer. So do yourself a favor, keep my fucking name out of your mouth, okay? But I mean, it's not really that relevant because TikTok Legal literally already has all of this and I've already sent all of it to them and my lawyer is talking to them this week with me. So you know what? It's fine. I don't need to reply to you anymore.
Y'all, and I'm not going to name any names, But I just watched a black person, a black woman specifically, make the argument that light-skinned people cannot experience colorism. Any black person.
Black Bloc Politics is federally recognized as a terrorist organization.
That's a dub, y'all.
Win.
Black Bloc Politics.
You know, that maybe we can go get a room or something. So I don't have any doubts.
Hello there. So, Black Scapegoat has been, removed from TikTok for a series of bananas.
So I wanted to make a video to this because I didn't want to deal with the character limits, and I kind of wanted to give context to you.
It's funny how you left the part out where you, Samson, SadSadMatt, Hellraiser, and a couple other people once helped Carly harass me and a few members of Black Bloc. I'm wondering if you ever tell that story. Probably not, though.
So I wanted to make a video.
Oh, I'm sorry. You think I'm not gonna? You said a lot in that video, which I already sent to my lawyer, so The funniest thing about this is that I literally told you I was baiting you, and you're too fucking stupid to not take the bait. And like, you want to talk about us looking at your profile? I was sent your video by one of my friends because they were like, hey, by the way, this random ugly dude is talking shit about you. And by the way, I don't call the cops. I call my lawyer. So do yourself a favor, keep my fucking name out of your mouth, okay? I mean, it's not really that relevant because TikTok Legal literally already has all of this, and I've already sent all of it to them, and my lawyer's talking to them this week with me, so you know what? It's fine. I don't need to reply to you anymore.
Now, of course, Samson didn't keep their word. They went on to harass my Instagram. They recruited other people to do so. They went on to harass my Twitter. They recruited other people to do so. They called my job. But I guess a year later, being harassed by the same person, they helped harass me and several other members of Black Bloc. What is that called? Let me catch y'all up because a lot of y'all weren't here for it, and I don't want y'all to get caught up in defending nonsense that happened almost 3 years ago. The idea of me being an anti-Semite came with one sentence typed on this app. His name is Mark Zuckerberg. Clearly, he's a Zionist. That was in the middle of my comment section of somebody coming to defend old Mark Zucky. And then a bunch of white passing Jewish TikTokers came to make the claim that I was being anti-Semitic because I was talking about all Mark Zuckerbergs because the name is Jewish. It faded out about a month, and then about 3 months later, I made a post where I burned the Bible. A bunch of Christians got mad, and a few white passing Jewish people came in and was like, hey, well, you better not burn the Torah. To which I responded, I'll burn all of your sacred fucking texts. I'll burn the Bible, the Quran, the sacred Sanskrits, the Dead Sea Scrolls. It's my prerogative to do that. A bunch of white Jewish people came to my comment section and told me that they were going to tag black Jewish people to teach me about being Jewish. I told them don't. They did it anyway. The main content creator who did this goes by the name Dirty Shekel, I believe. There was also someone named Voodoo, if I remember that name correctly. But this was coupled with the fact that I got myself in some trouble by going after a large content creator whose main thing on this app is being a Holocaust survivor. I will admit, I called them a half-dead white man. The context is that they were using their channel to fire hose a black woman currently trying to share their story of sexual assault. And they tagged all the large toxic content creators in their video. You know, the Daneland, Tizzy, Exorcist, the whole team. Now, there's a video up of a black Jewish woman making a claim that I called them an attack dog because they're black and Jewish. They were one of the people tagged by these white Jewish content creators. And even after hearing what happened, even after hearing all that had been done, this person said to me, well, it sounds like you brought it on yourself. Ignored the fact that our Discord had been raided with disgusting images for a period of about 4 hours, and they were mainly targeted towards women and black people. Ignored the fact that it wasn't just me being affected. It was several other people, somewhere within the 30s or 40s, who were also witnessing disgusting images in our Discord. And when it comes to my actions and my words, it doesn't matter the context. Some of that shit was wrong. I'm not going to make excuses for it. I will, however, say that being removed from it gave me a deeper understanding of why I reacted that way. Yeah, I was reacting to religious trauma. This took me back to a place where I was 11, 12 years old, and my mom was trying to get me to connect with Judaism. And in that time, all I can remember is being dragged from synagogue to synagogue and being in a sea of white faces, and mainly being reminded that you're different. We're talking about when I was 12. There was a different dynamic when it came to these intercommunal relationships. So I can't get that image out of my head of my mom constantly fighting to be accepted into a community that would always remind us that we were different from them. I was sent DMs of people calling me the N-word and using every racial stereotype they could, saying stuff like they were going to grape my mother or she's giving free BJs down at the synagogue. Of course, a lot of these people involved will deny it. They will even say they didn't know what was going on. Someone even made the claim that I've threatened Jewish people, and the only evidence they showed was a video of the History Wizard. Anyway, that's the long and short of it. We catch